Rachel Zegler is back in the spotlight, but this time it's not for her upcoming role in Disney's Snow White remake. Following a string of high-profile dismissals, including roles in Pirates of the Caribbean, a new animated feature, and even the Snow White sequel, Zegler is reportedly preparing to take legal action against Disney. What began as a creative dispute over the direction of her character has now escalated into a major controversy, raising serious questions about favoritism, alleged contract violations, and Disney's broader struggles with public opinion. The backlash surrounding Zegler's firing touches on a much larger debate over Disney's recent approach to reimagining classic tales with modern values. Known for her outspoken views, Zegler openly criticized the original Snow White, dismissing its themes of romance and heroism as outdated. She envisioned a Snow White who focused on independence and leadership rather than love, aligning with a contemporary feminist perspective. While her intentions may have been progressive, many fans felt her interpretation strayed too far from the original story's essence, alienating those who cherished the classic fairy tale. As tensions grew, Zegler's relationship with Disney soared dramatically. Reports suggest that the actress raised her concerns with Disney executives, specifically calling out the cancellation of her promotional appearances, which had been arranged to support Snow White. Among these canceled appearances was a high-profile slot at the Thanksgiving parade, an event that was reportedly guaranteed under her contract. Zegler has alleged that Disney violated her agreement by unilaterally canceling these appearances, which she believes has unfairly impacted her career. To remedy the situation, she is demanding that Disney honor her original contract and reinstate her promotional obligations. One of the key issues fueling Zegler's dissatisfaction is the alleged favoritism she observed on set, particularly toward her co-star Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen in Snow White. Zegler claims Disney's executives showed clear bias, creating what she describes as a toxic work environment that hindered her ability to fully engage in her role. According to her, this preferential treatment went beyond routine casting decisions and impacted her opportunities, leading to an atmosphere where she felt undervalued. This accusation adds a new layer to the controversy, suggesting that the fallout isn't just about creative differences, but points to deeper dysfunction within Disney's work culture. Disney, however, has denied these allegations, standing by their decisions and insisting that Zegler's contract was not violated. But the claims are difficult to ignore, especially given the studio's ongoing struggles with public perception. Disney has faced mounting criticism for its handling of recent live-action remakes, with fans accusing the company of prioritizing social and political messaging over faithful storytelling. The Snow White remake, which turned the Seven Dwarfs into a diverse group of fantastical beings instead of traditional dwarfs, is just one example of a change meant to address social sensitivities. But many fans felt this change was an unnecessary departure from the classic story and voiced their displeasure online. By challenging Disney in court, Zegler may force the studio to confront these accusations head-on. Her potential lawsuit could expose Disney's internal policies and reveal how the company manages or potentially mishandles its talent. If Zegler's allegations hold weight, Disney might have to disclose sensitive details about their contractual obligations and treatment of actors, which could have significant implications for their brand image. At the center of Zegler's legal claims is her assertion that Disney breached her contract by canceling her promotional appearances without a valid reason. She contends that these events were explicitly included in her deal, and that Disney's decision to exclude her has damaged her professional reputation. From Zegler's perspective, Disney's actions seem less about logistics and more about distancing themselves from her amid the ongoing Snow White backlash. She argues that the studio is using her as a scapegoat to redirect criticism away from the film's controversies and maintain their image. Disney's challenges don't stop there. Last year, actor Peter Dinklage criticized the studio for producing a live-action Snow White, calling the use of dwarfs in the original story backward. Disney responded by reimagining the seven dwarfs as fantastical beings in an attempt to avoid controversy. However, this decision sparked a new wave of backlash, with critics accusing Disney of sidestepping authentic representation by taking roles away from actors with dwarfism. What was meant to be a step toward inclusivity inadvertently excluded the community it sought to protect, further complicating the remake's already troubled reputation. The allegations of favoritism add fuel to this fire. Zegler claims that Disney's executives consistently favored Gadot, which contributed to an uncomfortable work environment. According to her, this preferential treatment extended beyond their roles in the film, impacting her ability to fully explore her character and leaving her feeling sidelined. Disney has yet to publicly address these accusations, but insiders suggest that the studio is wary of the potential fallout if Zegler's claims gain traction. Should Zegler's lawsuit move forward, it could lead to a public spectacle that Disney may find difficult to contain. Amid reports of internal turmoil, her case could provide a rare insight into the studio's approach to managing conflict, especially when it involves stars who clash with Disney's image. The lawsuit could force Disney to reckon with its policies for handling creative disputes, and if mishandled, could further damage its reputation at a time when the company is already struggling with fan backlash. Meanwhile, Snow White itself has become a significant headache for Disney. Despite wrapping filming in 2022, the project has reportedly undergone 4 costly rounds of reshoots as Disney attempts to salvage the film. Each round of changes only adds to the budget, creating doubts about the movie's ability to turn a profit. With poor fan reception and calls for boycotts, some insiders predict Snow White may struggle to recoup its investment, turning a high-stakes project into a potential financial flop. For Disney, the Snow White controversy is symptomatic of a larger issue. As the studio grapples with adapting classic stories for modern audiences, it faces the difficult task of balancing progressive values with the traditional magic that made these tales beloved in the first place. Though Disney's commitment to inclusive storytelling is commendable, critics argue that this focus has sometimes come at the expense of narrative cohesion and fan loyalty. This tension was evident in Disney's live-action remakes of The Little Mermaid and Mulan, both of which sparked polarized reactions and were criticized for perceived political agendas. Zegler's outspoken views on Snow White only fueled the controversy. By labeling the prince weird and calling his character's actions stalkerish, Zegler appeared dismissive of the original story's themes, leaving many to wonder if she even respected the character she was portraying. This disconnect between actor and role is a growing issue in Hollywood, where traditional storytelling increasingly clashes with modern social values, leaving both actors and audiences frustrated. The fan response has been sharply divided. Many longtime Disney fans feel that the studio has sacrificed the heart of its classic stories in favor of modern messaging. This sentiment has driven a boycott movement against Snow White and other Disney remakes, with fans demanding a return to the storytelling roots that made Disney a household name. For these audiences, the recent changes feel less like respectful updates and more like a betrayal of the timeless magic they grew up loving. If Zegler's claims of favoritism and contract violations prove to be accurate, Disney could face significant legal and reputational fallout. With Snow White already under intense scrutiny, this legal dispute could turn a struggling production into a full-blown scandal. Disney's handling of the lawsuit, along with their broader approach to reimagining beloved stories, could set the tone for the company's future. In the end, Disney is at a crossroads. Will they double down on their current approach to storytelling, or will Zegler's lawsuit prompt them to rethink how they treat both their stories and their stars? As Snow White inches closer to release, fans and industry insiders alike will be watching closely to see if Disney can overcome this controversy, or if it marks the beginning of a larger reckoning for the studio's creative direction. So, where do you stand on this issue? Should Disney stick to the original stories that made them famous, or is there room for modern reinterpretation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest updates on Hollywood's most talked about controversies. Stay tuned, this Snow White saga is far from over, and there's sure to be more twists ahead.